Good morning. This is KELOLAND On The Go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
2 people are dead and 5 others seriously hurt following a crash into a house in central Sioux Falls over the weekend. The driver of an SUV lost control and collided with a tree and the house located at 18th Street and 2nd Avenue in the All Saints neighborhood just after 6 o'clock Saturday morning.
Investigators say 7 people, all of them juveniles, were inside the vehicle. Several of them were not wearing seat belts. 2 people died at the scene. The others were taken to the hospital. Police say speed appears to be a factor in that crash.
We expect an update on the investigation during this morning's briefing by Sioux Falls Police, which we will carry live on KELOLAND.com beginning at 10:30.
We now know the name of the man who died in a crash in Lyman County on Thursday. 33-year-old Chance Vierink was driving a pickup westbound on Highway 248 when an agricultural sprayer that was traveling north failed to stop at an intersection and collided with the truck. Vierink died at the scene while the driver of the sprayer was not hurt. The South Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating.
1 man is dead after a crash south of Rapid City over the weekend. The South Dakota Department of Public Safety says it happened just after 5 o'clock Saturday evening in the area of Upper Spring Creek Road and Arena Drive. A motorcycle was eastbound when a westbound pickup started to make a left turn. The motorcycle hit the back passenger side of the pickup. The 18-year-old driving the motorcycle was taken to a local hospital where he later died from his injuries. The 89-year-old man driving the pickup was not hurt. The South Dakota Highway Patrol is investigating the crash. Now let's get a check of our weather with meteorologist Scott Munt. Going to be a chilly start to the work week, Scott.
Yeah, temperatures this morning are in the 30s for some of us. We may see that again for tomorrow morning, but it will be a warmer day tomorrow as we do watch for thunderstorm chances as we do hit the afternoon and evening in eastern and southeastern KELOLAND. For today, with our mostly cloudy skies, we'll have highs in the 50s in eastern South Dakota, Minnesota, and Iowa. 60-degree weather today with a little more sunshine in central and western KELOLAND. And then we have this. There's that risk for severe weather tomorrow in southeastern South Dakota, Iowa, and Minnesota. Brian will have more details on your forecast coming up.
All right, thank you very much, Scott. Daycares across the country are struggling to find workers. But within the Sioux Falls School District, there's a program giving high school students hands-on experience so one day they could help fill that child care gap. The Pee Wee Pats program has been around for nearly 50 years as part of the child development class at Lincoln. The students get to create the lesson plans and activities each day for the preschoolers and may one day help the industry.
We're definitely losing the workers for it. And I don't believe that it is a female-biased workforce, which it has. I believe more males should do it because I believe they'd have fun.
The Pee Wee Pats program runs for about 4 weeks each year at Lincoln. They have currently 13 preschoolers in the program. That's a look at some of our top stories.
Now let's get one last look at your weather with meteorologist Brian Karstens. Brian?
All right, a look back at radar from last night. You can see the showers and thunderstorms rotating around that area of low pressure, and this morning we've even started the day with some snow around Mobridge, and yep, it's that time of year. You can still get some of that too, as I know the center of attention's been on the tornadoes and all this destructive weather south of us over the weekend. Well, we need to turn our attention to the future now, and this is the outlook for tomorrow from the Storm Prediction Center. Slight risk of severe weather. The yellow zone there does include Sioux Falls, Yankton, all of northwestern Iowa, and a big part of southwestern Minnesota. What are the risks? Well, quite honestly, all modes of severe weather are possible. Hail is definitely one of those. And when you deal with these late April systems, it's pretty cold or chilly aloft in the atmosphere. And so as the storms entrain that air and then, of course, bubble up into storms, you can produce some hail. So basically, the alignment of that goes right in conjunction with that slight risk map I just showed you. And there is some risk of at least golf ball size hail tomorrow with these strongest storms. Also conditionally is a tornado risk. And this is the time of year when tornado spin-ups can occur a little bit easier with some of these storm systems. And so we'll continue to watch that. Again, that'll be a story I'm sure we'll be able to unpack a little bit better tomorrow morning and even later today as we get a better analysis on that. Here's a look at Futurecast. So what I want to do is get us through the next 48 hours here. You'll see today basically a dominant northwesterly wind. Sioux Falls area will be in the low to mid 50s. Not a real warm day. The clouds are going to hold tough too for much of the day, especially north of Sioux Falls, where we get a little more sunshine, 60-degree weather, pretty common west of Mitchell, out toward Rapid City. Let's bring in these 30s tonight. I know that's another little story. Some frosty weather. Here we are at the end of April. We know we're still in that time of the year where frost and freeze conditions can still occur. So tomorrow morning we'll have a quick bout of that. And then how fast do we recharge? That's the question. Well, the Sioux Falls area, we're going to stick with our high around 70. We think that this wind out of the south will really push that air mass in quickly from the south. 75 in Sioux City, 74 in Sioux Center. Those kind of numbers are more than enough to help generate this severe weather potential. So in my opinion, the ingredients are there for some severe weather in Sioux Falls, but the farther east you live, the more time there is on the table here to get those things to all get themselves together and to work in conjunction with one another. And so what you're going to see on Futurecast is basically these hot spots on radar that'll move east toward Worthington, Sioux Center. I will tell you that it's pretty likely that we'll have weather watches and warnings tomorrow late afternoon and evening in that area of KELOLAND. So if you're watching us in southwest Minnesota, northwest Iowa, and extreme southeast South Dakota, that's what we need to pay attention to as we close the day there on Tuesday. That window is not going to last long either. It's going to be open and then shut, and we're going to be done with the severe weather quickly, probably after 7 or 8 in the evening. I don't think there's going to be much left in southeastern KELOLAND for that. Most of those bigger storms, by the way, will eventually go down toward Omaha, Des Moines again, folks that simply don't need to have another round of severe weather. 61 our high today in Yankton, 65 in Rapid City. Is the active weather pattern done? No. There's another storm coming out into the plains Wednesday night into Thursday. At this point, the Sioux Falls area would likely be on the north side of that storm track, but folks to our south could easily get another round of severe weather in Nebraska, Missouri, Iowa. And then another system could come out, maybe not as strong, Friday night into Saturday, but overall highs will stay in the 60s. Folks in Rapid City, you could be stuck in the 50s for highs at the end of the week. Check out more details. We've got you covered online at KELOLAND.com.